Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and today I have a card to share with you for Scrapbook Boutique using some fun products. I've been playing around with the Concord 9th Triangle Turnabout set, and there are lots of videos explaining how to use this set, but I was just going to simplify it today. So if you need it in more detail, then head over to their website. They have links there as well. So I've created a template in the background, which is a 6x6, and I've drawn a couple of lines from each corner. So this creates a cross. Now there's a cross on the back of the packet that you can transfer across onto the stamp set, which you can see that I've done there, and I've just drawn that on with a permanent marker, and then I can simply just line the cross up, and each time I want to use this stamp, or it's a 6x6 background, they have a few different kinds of these turnabout stamps. Each time I want to use it, I just use that same 6x6 template in the background. Now, you don't have to stamp on 6x6 paper. I've just cut a piece of white cardstock that's the same size as my card front, and as long as your cardstock is straight, it doesn't really matter where you sit it on the actual template at the back, but you do need to use some removable adhesive or some light adhesive on the back of it so that it doesn't shift around while you're stamping. Now each time I'm stamping this, I'm making sure that my template is pushed right into that bottom left hand corner. Now I'm using 3 different kinds of inks today. You could just do stamp this once, you can stamp it twice, or you can stamp it up to 4 times, so you can get a real bold effect and use whatever colour combos that you want. So I want to make a baby card today, and I've chosen, this is the buttercream from Altenew, and the second colour is called Mountain Mist, and I really like these colours together for baby cards because it's kind of gender neutral. You can use it for either a boy or a girl card, and one of the best things about using the Misty is you can restamp it again, and I think I had 2 with that one. I don't think I showed it though, but you can just restamp as long as you've got it in exactly the same spot. If you didn't stamp it perfectly, then you can just restamp it. Now you do need to turn this turnabout stamp the same way each time, so that's why I've drawn those little arrows on, and you can see me, I'm always turning it anti-clockwise, but it doesn't really matter which way you go as long as you keep turning it the same way each time that you do it. The last colour that I used there was a grey, and that was the Morning Frost. That's also from Altenew. And then I can just lift off my piece of cardstock and remove the removable adhesive. So for my image today, I'm using a Gerda Steiner stamp set called You're Qualified, and this is for some good friends of mine who live over in Guernsey and they've had a baby, and I have just thought using something that's a little bit Australiana would be a lot of fun. So I have used my tuxedo black ink and some Inkadinkado stamping mask paper because I want it to look like the little baby koala is on the mother's back. So once I've stamped out the mother koala, then I can just remove the stamp masking paper and voila, it's all done. I do like masking, it's such a fun technique. Right, I'm going to do some colouring now. These are kind of what I think are koala colours, the warm grey browns, and I will list all the colours over at my blog, so if you do miss them, I have got most of the lids off to the side so you can actually see them as I'm colouring, but I will leave you with the colouring now. I am doing fairly simple Copic colouring, starting with my shading, bringing in the middle colour and then blending out with the light. Alright, so I will leave you now, and I'll be back when all this is done. It won't take me long. So I decided that I'd die cut the rectangle peekaboo window. So I've die cut the image and then I'm die cutting it a second time out of my front panel for my card, and that way I can sort of inlay the actual, or kind of inlay, I'm going to pop it up. But don't you just love this stitching detail? It's just so cute. I really like this die set. There's a couple of different versions around and you can do so much with them. So I've done so much stamping and prep on this, I don't want to muck up my sentiments, so I am using my Misty, and this is from the Bling set from Mama Elephant, and it says, "Oh yeah baby," which I thought is such a fun little sentiment for a baby card. I'm using my ATG adhesive, adding lots of adhesive because this, it hasn't warped as such, but the MFT dies sometimes are a bit tight in my Big Shot machine, so just by adding a little bit of adhesive, that'll just help to hold it down on my card front. So normally what I would do is put the image behind the window, but today I thought it'd be fun to actually pop the image up within the window. So I've added some fun foam and score tape, and then I can just put that in the center. I did add some embroidery floss, some white embroidery floss in a bow in the top left corner, and that's my finished card for today. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back again real soon. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.